Hello, and welcome to King POSH's Garage. Today, I've been showing you my all-wheel drive drift tune, the Unimog U5023. It's a Mercedes-Benz from 2014. Let's get into this one. So this one is for entertainment purposes, pretty much only, but I think you could take this into an online drift adventure. I would rock it. I don't know how it would do in the cities and in the tunnels. It might freak out in the tunnels. The camera would freak out in the tunnels. But I think this thing is pretty sweet. So if you want the tune, I'm gonna have to write in my name here. But it even says for entertainment purposes only. It's something else. It's just something else. Also there's a King Rally Racer up there as well, but we're looking at the Legend all-wheel drive drift. As you can tell, this thing has 2,400 horsepower and weighs 12,000 pounds. But look at the 0 to 60. The other previous is because those are my rally builds. But if you can tell, I'm only 0.3 off my rally builds. Alright. This thing's quick. Alright. I'm going to show you all the... Sorry about that. I'm going to show you all the, stuff about this thing. Like I said, it's quick. If you look at this thing, 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. 0 to 100 in 7.1 with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. If you want to look at the rest of this tune, as you can tell, it has a tall 6-gear, and that's for fuel economy. I mean, it's a big truck, weighs a lot. It has all that power, 2,400 horsepower. I needed to save fuel somewhere, so I made the 6-gear a little longer for you guys. But this is my tune. I have a semi-straight build on this thing. Anti-roll bars on the soft side. Springs are on the stiff side, so I could really get this thing sideways. I made sure that it was low as possible. I mean, this thing is a lowrider, y'all. 24 inches off the ground. That thing just slams. It doesn't spark. Either way, dampening is maxed out just to keep this thing sliding as hard as possible. Braking is there for when you need it. It stops really quickly for being 12,000 pounds. It stops in 111 feet. And then 200, this thing is a beast. All right, and then we got 76, 86, 97, 97. We got 78% of the power going to the rear wheels. So first, let's take this thing out before we show you guys what I've done to this thing. It's wild. It works. Now it's not going to spin right off the bat. It's going to take a second to get this, tires rolling. I mean, it is 12,000 pounds. Alright, and like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. I mean, you could possibly take this into an online drift event. People are going to look at you weird. But, you might hit podium. Depending on who's in there, you might hit podium with this car. As this truck. You can tell it does slide. And it slides well. If you get a 2-size or you're taking off-road, you might spin out. It's meant for on-road only. I'm not saying it's not possible, you just have to really work on it. It's got no drift kit, of course, it's a truck. So you just gotta watch it. Take that thing out. I hate that thing. Alright? It's something else. Like I said, entertainment only. You take this thing too sideways, you're gonna spin. Or you're just gonna keep sliding right off the track. If you just do side-to-side motions, don't get too crazy with it. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing. And that person that was just sitting there at the drag strip was probably like, what in the world did I just experience? And yeah, I got it to work the best I could. With the power it's got, I really got this thing to drift as hard as possible for you guys. I did everything in my power to get it there. As you can tell, it's got snow tires on there, and the reason that is so then it will slide hardcore. It's got the 2400 horsepower, 12.8 liter diesel engine, inline 6 turbo, to get all that power and torque. In the front, it's near 50 on this thing. So, and that spells, ultimate, driving machine when it comes to BMW, but it's an ultimate drifter when it comes to this truck. Stock drivetrain, it's all-wheel drive, of course. There is nothing to this thing, all right? You could put that on there and just add all kinds of weight. You could have that up there and add even more weight to it. I try to make this thing as light as possible, and that's why even the light bar is up there, because the light bar is, negative 18 pounds. Putting something on the car takes away weight. I don't get it. I don't get it. It must be just made of well, it doesn't matter what it's made of. You're adding a component to the truck and it takes away weight. Don't ask me how or why. As I said, it's got the snow tire compound in there for that ultimate drifts. It's as thin as tires as I could for both the front and the rear. It's got the TC105Ns, my favorite rims. They just look so tiny on this. And that saves a lot of weight there. They also have just 20s in the front and 20s in the rear on there. Alright, everything's on here. Race clutch. It's got a 6-speed transmission, race driveline, and a race differential. I could have put a drift differential on it, didn't like it, so I did a race differential. It seemed to work a little bit better. It's got the race brakes on there so you can stop. Rally springs and dampeners. I mean, this is all you got. You're not getting drift kits on this massive thing. So you got anti-roll bars just to keep the weight down. No roll cage, of course, and as light as possible. And you're saving 4,230 pounds. I mean, we went from 16,000 down to 12,000. Now, even if you get 16, look, there's the front. It's 50-50, but whatever. We deal with what we can, and that's it. There's no engine upgrades, no nothing. Yeah, this thing's wild, and I think you guys would, if you're looking for something weird, this is it. And it's gonna tell you, like I said, if you click on this, entertainment only, second, third gear, King POSH Gaming at YouTube. It's wild, the legend all-wheel drive drift. If you need a rally racer, this thing's great for off-road. Just be careful on the pavements because it tends to roll. It's meant for off-road. If you want the share code to at least that thing, and try that out. That one's got it's a little heavier, but it's got 0 to 60 in 3.0 seconds. This thing is wicked quick. All right, so if you want a wildly quick Unimog, that's the one you want. All right, that's the new one. This one is 383, so that one was a little slower. This one was the quickest I could get it, was 3 seconds, and so yeah, so that's the one. That one I try to get rid of, and it just doesn't want to go anywhere. But yeah, so yeah, this is something else. Again, if you need the share code again for the the Unimog, you just didn't see it before. Here it is again. Copy it down. Yeah. But yeah, this thing's fun. And you put a nice drift paint job on there and take it on a online drift lobby, and You know, and people would be like, what's he gonna do with that? As you can tell, it is slow right off the bat, but once the engine picks up, then it's good to go. You know, as long as you're staying sideways, you're gonna keep those tires, you know, spinning, for say. So, don't expect like mad burnouts with this thing. Again, it is 12,000 pounds, and it's got a diesel engine. So, and that's just the engine I went with. There is other engines with more torque, but I liked this engine the most. It was much lighter than the other engines, and that's what I was really working on. I was working on power to weight ratio when it came to this vehicle here. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this other odd vehicle, and yeah. See you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.